With an elevation of 300 meters to 500 meters above sea level and a very low mean summer temperature, ELgin is also ideal for Sauvignon Blanc. And as you know, if the flavor precursors are not in the grapes, it will definitely not be in the wine. At ELgin Vintners, we produce 3 distinct styles of Sauvignon Blanc. Each style reflects the vineyard it comes from and the winemaking technique applied to the grapes. Cloudhaven, for me, is our unpretentious Sauvignon Blanc with true cultivar expression. The grapes are from our Helderfontein farm, and the soils on the farm is mostly gravel-like and iron-rich. When the grapes come in, they are crushed immediately. We don't do any skin contact, and settled, and then after settling, we rack for the onstart of fermentation. I do not add yeasts immediately. I like the effect of natural fermentation in the beginning of the process. So after 3 days of a slow start of fermentation, I will only inoculate with a French yeast that will help the cultivar expression that's already there in the grapes. The Cloudhaven wine is very unique for me because the vines have a big canopy. So a lot of the methoxypyrazines, which are the green flavors, are retained in the grapes at harvest. So on the palate and in the front of the aromas, you'll get beautiful green fig aromas, which is a signature of this wine. Lots of minerality. And then because of the natural fermentation, the Cloudhaven has actually got quite a nice, good mid-palate to a broad palate, and it ends with a beautiful tropical finish. ELgin Vintners Sauvignon Blanc is a wine where we want complexity, elegance and finesse, which is a true expression of the Elgin Valley terroir. The vineyards these grapes come from are on our Richland farm, and the soil is mainly sandstone and Bockerveld shale. When the grapes are harvested, they are crushed immediately, and we do 4 to 6 hours of skin contact before press. It goes to the settling tank, racked thereafter, and then it's fermented in concrete egg and stainless steel as well. I have combinations of tanks which are naturally fermented but also inoculated with a French yeast, which gives added complexity to the wine. The grapes are harvested quite ripe, so it's a lot of tropical fruit flavors, lots of pineapple flavors, grenadella, grapefruit flavors on the palate, a very, very long finish because of the natural fermentation and the extended aging on the lees of 6 months before bottling. Richland Sandstone is our third of the 3 Sauvignon Blancs we make at ELgin Vintners. This is our specially cuvée, site-specific wines. We choose carefully the vines for this wine. The soils these vines are planted on are only sandstone and 2 clones, 316 and 317. I really love making Richland Sandstone. I like the style of wine. For me, it's actually the easiest wine to make because there's no intervention really from me as a winemaker. The grapes are taken into the winery, crushed, we do a bit of skin contact, and then it goes to barrel for barrel fermentation. So it's 100% barrel fermentation. I do not add any yeast, so it's naturally fermented. And after fermentation, I would leave it in the barrel to age for 10 to 12 months. I would taste the wines regularly and just make a decision on when it's fit to be bottled. This wine on the palate is very surprising. I love the pineapple tropical flavors on this wine. I like the long finish, the broad palate, and the interaction and the integration of the oak is beautifully with this wine. You get whiffs of minerality, which is so typical of the Elgin Valley, and then you have this perceived sweet finish that gives this wine its full roundness, and for a white wine it has an extremely soft finish. A really delicious wine.